Alright, here's a rematch with Gavin Hill. He's using more or less the same team he used last time, which was a pretty good team featuring Mega Beatrill. And I wanted to try something a little different, something I pretty much haven't done yet in Gen 6. That's a weather team, and I decided to try the Sun. And keep in mind, I just kind of threw this together on the stream, and I'm like, okay, let's see if I can make a decent makeshift weather team. Anyway, he leads with Arcanine, which I seem to remember was choiced in some way. I think it was choice banned. This time it's actually not, which kind of throws me off a bit later. Either way, I lead with Ninetales, set up my Drought ability, and I'm going to actually switch out, not really liking the matchup, into my Mega Houndoom, thinking that he might go for the Fire move. Well, there's not Mega Houndoom yet, and he just goes for the Extreme Speed, which I guess was the obvious play. He made a pretty good prediction there, and that really does cripple Houndoom, which I was always... The main reason I wanted to build the Sun team is because of Mega Houndoom. I wanted to give it a try, being that Houndoom is one of my favorite Pokemon, and I haven't used its Mega version yet. Oh well. I still think he's kind of locked into, the Extreme Speed. So I go into Terrakion. This is a choice banned Terrakion. As he goes into his Sylveon, I just go for the Earthquake. Figuring that Earthquake will hit the majority of his team. And it does a ton to Sylveon. That was not a very good switch in there. Because Sylveon does not have very good physical defense, and it's going to be a 2-hit KO, being that Sylveon is very slow. So he kind of loses his Sylveon early, which is not good for him at all, and he just goes out into his Kingler, which does have the type advantage against me. I don't think I'm going to be 1-hit KOing him with my Earthquake, so I go out into Venusaur, as he goes for the Crab Hammer. This is not Mega Venusaur, this is just a regular Chlorophyll Venusaur, being that this is a Sun team and I'm already using Houndoom. Either way, he goes into Nidoking as I just go for the Solar Beam, and it does pretty good damage. Solar Beam is a very good attack, and as I'm sure most of you know, in the Sun, Solar Beam does not need to take an extra turn to set up. It can just blast with the Sun anytime I really want to, as he goes out of Nidoking, and it's going to get 2-hit KO'd because Solar Beam is that good. Either way, he goes out into his Miltank now. And I made a big misplay. I'm used to these things always having Scrappy, back from Gen 4. Apparently this thing gets Sap Sipper, too. And it works. Apparently Sap Sipper stops all Grass-type attacks, even Sleep Powder. So I made a huge misplay there, as I just gave it some free attack strength, which is not good. Alright, so back into Terrakion I go to resist the normal move, hopefully. And I just go for the Body Slam again, hoping that it does not paralyze me, so I can outspeed, and it does, so that sucks. He's just trying to switch out, though. I guess he does not have a way to hit me that hard. As he goes out into his Mega Beedrill, he takes it away, for him to set up the Mega Evolution. I go for the Close Combat. It does not kill, obviously, due to the resistance, although it still does a lot due to Beedrill's, let's just say lacking defenses. Alright, so I go out into Ninetales, and I do that because my Sun is not set up anymore, so I wanted to set it up again as he Mega Evolves into Mega Beedrill and hits pretty damn hard, I believe with the Poison move. What does he use? He uses, no, he just U-turns, sorry, which is not going to hit that hard, but I misremembered, my bad. Alright, so he does U-turn, and he U-turns out into Kingler, which has the type advantage, although the Sun is set up. My Ninetales I'm using actually does not have Solar Beam. This is a bulky Ninetales. I meant to use one with Solar Beam, but a more offensive Ninetales, but apparently that one was bad, so I had to use this one, which is more defensive in nature and does not have the Solar Beam. Either way, he does switch out just in case I do have it into Arcanine. I just think I went for the Will-O-Wisp, so it doesn't end up hurting him anyway, and now he's just going to kill me. I thought he was locked in to his move, and I didn't notice the Life Orb. So I made a kind of a new play, thinking this thing was still choice banded. It is Life Orb now, so oh well. I go into Swampert because obviously, it can scare away the Arcanine, as I set up Stealth Rocks, because they're always good to set up, even though it is a little bit late. Setting them up even in the middle of the battle is worth it. I go for the Skull. That is actually being reduced in damage due to the Sun, but I figure I do kind of want the Burn on Miltank. That will reduce its scariness quite a lot. I really don't want to switch, because none of my Pokemon can really take that Body Slam that well upon a switch in. So we're basically both using our attacks, waiting for a status effect. And as you can see, I still haven't gotten the burn, and he still hasn't gotten the paralysis. My Scalds are really not doing a whole lot in the Sun. You know, you would think that Scald being that it's a heat-based water attack, would actually not be affected by the sun, but it is, like all water attacks. Oh well. Anyway, I think he milk drinks. Wait, did he milk drink? I don't know what he did. Either way, yeah, this is, bad for me because the sun is gone now, so I have no way to set up the sun again due to letting my Ninetales die. Probably a misplay on my part. Oh well, he goes for the Toxic to get the Toxic Poison off. Probably should have done that in the first place, but he does do it now. As I get a burn finally with the third Scald, so I guess that's about the average, right? 3 Scalds for a burn. And yeah, we both have status effects on. And yeah, the Toxic Poison will limit the amount of turns my Swampert can stay in. Anyway, I am going to switch out now. I thought he missed with Toxic once before. That's why he didn't go for it. He tried to Toxic me and missed. That sucks for him. Either way, he's going to Milk Drink this turn as I switch out into Salamence. This is a choice... Sorry, not a choice Salamence. This is a Dragon Dance Salamence, which I'm thinking to myself, yeah, this is a pretty good opportunity to set up against a burned Miltank. The worst thing he can do is paralyze me with Body Slam, so I just have to hope he doesn't. I don't really care if he Toxics me that much. Because a Toxic Poison actually means I can't get paralyzed, so probably a mistake going for the Toxic Poison. He should have probably switched out or attempted to go for the Paralysis. I don't know. I guess it does limit the amount of turns I can sweep, but with a Dragon Dance, my Salamence will be able to tear through his team quite a bit. He goes out into Kingler as I go for the Outrage, figuring, hey, I have one Dragon Dance. I don't see any resistance to Dragon on his team, so I am free just to destroy. And yeah, that Kingler gets destroyed, and I have Moxie on this Salamence, so I do get an attack boost as well, as he goes off into Arcanine in order to get the priority extreme speed off on me, which is a good play, because due to my Life Orb and his Toxic Poison, I am limited to the number of turns I can, actually stay in. Plus, his Arcanine is pretty much dead anyway, so it's not a huge loss. And as you can see, it does still do quite a lot with his extreme speed, as I just get the KO on Arcanine, and now I'm pretty much nearly dead. Unfortunately for me, while I do survive another turn, I also get confused after the second Outrage. I don't get the third turn of Outrage, which means I pretty much is a coin flip whether I can KO it something else or not. He goes out into Beedrill, and yeah, I end up hurting myself in my confusion, which is kind of sad. Would have been nice to kill the Beedrill with the Salamence, but oh well, them's the breaks. The Beedrill is still pretty much almost dead, and he can't really switch out with it due to the fact that Stealth Rock's set up and he doesn't have enough HP to come back in again. So I just go out into Salamence just because I know that I can kill the Beedrill, and that is good for me. So yeah, Beedrill is dead. Huzzah! And I think he's down to his last Pokemon at this point. I don't actually remember. He's close to being almost out, as my Swampert is nearly dead. He goes back out into Miltank, which is the last Pokemon. This thing does have Milk Drink, so it can actually stall out my Swampert pretty easily, despite the fact that he does have a burn. He has a way to reliably recover. I do not. But the key thing is, I still have Houndoom, which can probably doom this Miltank. Even without the Sun, Mega Houndoom does have a lot of special attack, and Miltank is more of a defensive wall than a special defensive wall. So I know if I can just get out in a Houndoom, I should be able to kill this Miltank. But due to the fact my Houndoom is pretty weak at this point, I know that I need to get a safe switch. So I'm just going to wait for Swampert to die. I'm just going to basically sack it. And yeah, he's not really going to do a lot of damage. I switched to Earthquake to see if it would do more. Obviously it doesn't, because Miltank is more physically defensive. It doesn't really matter. He's just healing with Milk Drink. If I was him, I would hurry it up a little and attack my Swampert. I think he eventually does, but he does it on a turn that's really not advantageous to him to do it on. He does it on this turn, which is basically when my Swampert's about to die, so that's not really that good for him. So I get a Scald off, and now this Miltank can definitely be killed by Houndoom. I still have another Pokemon still alive, so my original plan was to sack Swampert, deal as much damage with Houndoom as possible, and then just revenge kill it with anything, really. Either way, it doesn't have to come to that, because looking at Miltank's HP, I should be able to come in with Mega Houndoom and just murder. Just murderfy. Murderfy with the Mega Houndoom! And that's all she wrote, because I am going to finally be able to Mega Evolve. I don't get my boost from my ability, which is solar-powered. Oh well, that's something next time I try to do this. Either way, Mega Houndoom does get the final kill, so it did doom him in the end. Anyway, that was a good game. Trevor, a.k.a. Gavin Hill, pretty good rematch there, and did enjoy using the sun. Today's question of the day is, what is your favorite weather condition in this new generation? Obviously, in older generation, sandstorm was probably the best, and then Gen 5 hit, and rain was probably the best, and sun always got overlooked. I always kind of like the sun, but I'm still probably a sandstorm guy. I'm just too Gen 4 at heart. Anyway, leave a comment about that, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Also, don't forget, if you like this video, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Well, actually, it's rate. No, it's not even rate. It's like, comment, and subscribe now. Yeah, I'm still in the past, man. Alright, take care.